Programming Skills using C, lecture number 24, Pointers in C. Today, we are going to go through a very important topic in C, that is pointers. And invariably, all the students say, oh, pointers are very difficult, we can't understand. But I'm going to explain to you in a very simple way, as nobody else would explain like this, because I've been teaching this for the last 25 years and I have not come across anybody who has been teaching pointers in a very simple way. I'm going to summarize whole of this chapter in just 4 questions and answers. And if you understand these answers to these 4 questions, you have understood everything about pointers. And later we will use these pointers. So in this lecture, you will learn how to declare and use pointers, and then you will write simple strings functions using pointers. So first, therefore, as I said, I'm going to have 4 questions to summarize these pointers. So first question, therefore, is what is a pointer? Simple thing, what is a pointer? So answer is very simple. Pointer is a variable that stores the address of other scalar variables or variable like integer, float, character, etc. So it is a variable, is nothing special like any other variable. It is a variable, and but the difference is it stores only numbers or addresses of other variables you have declared, integer, maybe float or character or long or whatever it is. So this is the first question. Very simple. 25% is over. What is a pointer? It is a variable. So the second question is going to be, if it is a pointer, if it is a variable, how am I going to declare this variable? You have already done, you know how to declare integer, variables which are integers, float, character arrays, matrices, etc. Similarly, how are we going to declare a pointer variable? So that is the question. So it's very simple. As you have, so you give the type here, as you have done integer, float, character, etc. and pointer name, but there is a difference, is there is a star here. Star, asterisk has to be there. So this asterisk should precede the name of the pointer. So that is, for example, here int star ptra. So ptra is the pointer, like your character star str. Str is the pointer. So not star str, but just str, ptr. They are the names of those pointer variable. So second question, that means 50%. We have understood 50%. Very simple. First point question was, what is a pointer? It is a variable that stores address of some other variables. And question number 2 was, how do I declare a pointer? As you have done in the other cases, only the difference is you are going to put a star asterisk in front of the pointer variable. With that, we come to the third question. Now, the third question is also simple. How do you get the address of other variable? So I know I have to store address of other variable in a pointer variable. So how do I get the address of other variable? Again, it's very simple. You put this operator, AND operator. You have come across 2 ANDs for AND. Now this is only one AND operator in front of the other scalar variables. Like, for example, you have declared int a. There's a mistake here. It should be small I and star ptra. Now ptra is the pointer. For example, ptra is equal to ampersand a. That means this gets the pointer, the address of a, and puts it in ptra, assigns the address of a to ptra. So third question is over. You have understood 75% about pointers. And we come to the last question. So that is, how do you access the data at a given pointer or given address? You know that in the RAM of your computer there are addresses start from 000 going up to FFFF. So anywhere it could be stored. Your data, when you enter, it could be stored anywhere. You do not know. But can you find out? But if you know the address, can you find out data at that address is the question. And it is very simple. So you place a asterisk, which you come across, operator in front of the pointer variable. Then automatic, for example, you have got int a comma B comma and star PTRA. PTRA is the pointer variable. So I have assigned 20 to A and I'm assigning the address of A to PTRA. Now I want to get the value at A and put it in B. Instead of saying A assigned it to B, I am going to go to the pointer and put that star in front of that. And now what is going to do is it is going to put 20 because PTRA address is the address of A. At this address you have got 20. Now B is assigned 20, that is data at PTRA. Very simple therefore, these four questions. First question, as you seen, first question is what is a pointer? Second question is how do I declare a pointer? Third question, as you say, how do I get the address of a pointer using this operator? And if I know the address, how do I get the data at that particular pointer? That is by putting the asterisk or star in front of that pointer variable. So let us see graphically now. So for example, I am declaring int a comma b comma star ptra. These are regular integer variables, scalar variables. This is a pointer variable. So for example, immediately there will be a, b and ptr. I am graphically representing. Suppose address of a is 2000. That's all. Let's say what happens now. Now I assign PTRA, assign to PTRA the address of A. Address of A is 2000. That is assigned to PTRA. PTRA. So this is what is done. So this address is assigned to PTRA. Now PTRA contains 2000. Very simple, understood. So this is assigning the address of A 2000 to PTRA. That is what I have done. Now let us see what happens. I am assigning 30 to A. That means I am going to put 30 in this container at address 2000. So I am doing that. A contains 30. It's very straightforward. Now I want to find out, I know PTRA contains 2000, PTRA contains 2000. I want to find out the value at 2000. What is the value of 2000? It is already, it is 30 because it is value at 2000 is 30. So that will be put in B. So what is going to happen is at B, I am going to put value at, so PTRA points to 2000 with this address. There it contains 30, that is assigned to B. So B will contain 30. So this is graphic representation of a pointer variable and how to access the data at a given pointer. So that is so made simple for you. Please remember, it is again now we have these pointers, but when we declare these pointers, it contains nothing. There is a junk value. So I have to initialize that memory location after that. To do that, what we call the dynamic memory allocation is being done. And to do that, I use a function here, malloc, malloc or malloc. Malloc the number of bytes. What type of memory is it? It is so we will come to that. So here assign this kind of memory, integer, float, character, etc. using this function to a particular pointer. For example, I have declared character star s. S is the pointer, is the character pointer. So then I say s is equal to within brackets character star. It is a pointer type. Casting that, and malloc 30, that means assign 30 bytes of memory to S, or S will contain the starting address of 30 bytes of memory. Please remember that S contains only one address, and that is going to be the starting address of 30 bytes of memory. So that is what is being done. For one more example, integer x star x, therefore x is the pointer. So I am going to malloc size of, now in this case you have to say size of, because integer could be 2 bytes or 4 bytes depending on the machine it is using. So therefore we always tell size of integer into 20. So therefore 20 locations are assigned and the address of the first location is assigned to x. So allocates 20 into size of integer. If it is 2, it is going to be 40 bytes. If it is 4, it is going to be 80 bytes of memory is assigned to X, and X will contain the starting address of this chunk of memory. This is called dynamic allocation of, please remember, dynamic allocation of memory. We will come to that, more of it in the next lecture. So there are some examples here. We have explained to you malloc. There is also one more function called calloc. So both of them do the same. They allocate memory. So here it was number of bytes of memory. That is, I says size of that type into number. Here I am separating it. I say number of elements, comma, that is n maybe, and size of each element. That is, now what is the difference between malloc and calloc? Very simple. When malloc is used, it simply creates these memory, but it will contain some junk value. But in the case of calloc, it will, all the memory location will be assigned 0. Please remember this. Sometimes they ask this question. So calloc assigns 0 to all the memory locations. You don't have to initialize. Automatically it is initialized. There is one more function called free. It's very important because when you are dealing with the pointers, at the end of your program you should free all this memory you have been used. Therefore you are very simple, you say free and you, the pointer name, automatically it releases all this pointer back to the operating system. So deallocates memory after use. And then there is one more function called realloc. This function adjusts the size of the allocated memory or memory block, and copies the contents to new location if necessary. Suppose you have got more numbers, so you can use realloc and create bigger space to store your data. So that those are the four memory allocation functions. Please be clear of these and understand this: malloc, calloc, free, and realloc. Thank you.